Will a trip to the kingdom of Wakanda give Sam Wilson the answers he's been seeking? Well, let's hop into the pages of Captain America Symbol of Truth issue number 4 and find out together, shall we? So believe it or not, this issue is actually a lot more heavy on Joaquin Falcon 2 storyline than it is on Sam, which isn't a bad thing. I've always liked Joaquin. And while he's currently the prisoner of White Wolf, we actually end up learning a lot more about his backstory and why his family ended up wanting to come to the United States in the first place. Apparently a lot of people from Joaquin's hometown were going missing under mysterious circumstances. We're led to believe that this was probably cartel activity, but given everything we've seen with White Wolf and experimenting on migrant workers, it might actually have been part of the bigger Sentry game that's been playing across the two major Captain America titles. And you know what? In a fun reversal of how these things usually go, Joaquin himself ends up actually getting rescued by all the same prisoners that he himself was trying to spring. Apparently they had been waiting for their opportunity to rise up against their captors who had been experimenting on them and escape, and because all of Crossbones' men were super stoked to get to torture a superhero, they decided to seize on their moment. The leader of these would-be escapees we discover is a firebrand of a young woman by the name of Esperanza. Joaquin helps her and the others defeat all of Crossbones' men, and we see that they end up having themselves a very strange and wonderful little superhero meet-cute. Now, where is Sam while all of this is going on? Well, he's working the White Wolf Sentry game problem from another angle. In this case, he's going in undercover to Wakanda to try and investigate a bunch of stolen vibranium as part of the big Wakandan centrism movement. At first, Sam's doing pretty good. His fake papers take him pretty far. But before he can end up doing any actual sleuthing, he ends up getting taken away by Wakandan guards. However, they don't take him to a police station or even to the palace to see Shuri. Instead, they walk him to the middle of the bush to be executed. Yes, because White Wolf is the villain secretly pulling the strings right now, he already has a lot of pull in Wakandan society and was able to pull off a trick like this. Crossbones was waiting to not only ambush Sam, but also frame him for a bioweapon attack that he's going to be perpetrating here on Wakandan soil. Brock admits that working for White Wolf is probably the easiest villain gig he's ever done, because Wolf pretty much planned out everything and all Crossbones has to do is go and kill Captain America, something he would happily do for free. Tochi Anabuchi also remembers that Sam and Crossbones had previously crossed paths in one of the other Captain America runs, and it seems that Brock has still very much harbored a resentment that the new Captain America only survived their previous run-in because Misty Knight swooped on in to save him at the last second. It's also here they reveal that despite being a Captain America and despite being plugged into the superhero community for much of his adult life, Sam didn't actually know that Black Panther had a brother named White Wolf. Maybe because it was a closely guarded state secret, maybe it's because the royal family was ashamed of him, maybe it's just because he hasn't been in a book since like forever. Sam ends up taking a truly hellacious beatdown at the hands of Crossbones, wherein we're reminded that Sam is still pretty much just a regular dude, and Brock, even though he always lost, was always able to go toe-to-toe with Steve, a super soldier. And while it's true Sam Captain America may not be able to beat Crossbones in a punching contest, he is still able to get the better of him by using his mind and thinking laterally. Sam makes use of one of those powers that he doesn't use all the time, but honestly he should, by commanding all the local birds in the area to attack Crossbones and his men. It's while having his eye sockets gnawed on by avian terrors, Brock lets it slip what exactly White Wolf has planned for Wakanda. You see, all those new immigrants to Wakanda who came here as part of the Wakandan centrism movement, well, when their medical exams took place, they all ended up getting laced with the bioweapon. In fact, the very same bioweapon was being tested on all of those poor migrant workers, and now the thing that's going to set the bioweapon off and frame Sam for a war crime is, get this, just a little bit of vibranium. Before Sam Cap can truly get his bearings, though, it's at that moment Black Panther T'Challa ends up showing up. And honestly, the scene he walks in on is not too great. It looks like Sam completely defied Shuri and the rest of the power players in Wakanda to go behind their back and invade as part of an American scheme. And oh yeah, his birds are also attacking people who are dressed like Wakandan guards. So yeah, Black Panther has every reason to be all sorts of pissed off as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Captain America Symbol of Truth issue number 4, everybody. And overall, I liked this issue, but I didn't think it was as explosive as the issues that preceded it. That's fine, you're gonna have awkward middle childs of any arc. I said it before and I'll say it again, I really like that Joaquin is getting all this extra time in the story too to really develop his character. It it feels like in the Spencer run, he really just came and went, and a lot of writers didn't bother to actually add any more to him, but now we're actually getting it. And if Sam is going to stay Captain America for the foreseeable future, I like the idea of them trying to build up a new strong successor to the Falcon mantle. Sam's adventures continue to be a lot of fun too. Again, I like seeing him tackle situations in a completely different fashion than Steve would, using his wits and solving problems in creative, unforeseen ways. It's good stuff, and I'm definitely interested in the idea of Sam having to maybe cross metaphorical and maybe literal swords with Black Panther. Overall, I'd give this one a very positive 7.5 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.